In my opinion, I just don't see the benefit of being a mother. I don't see the benefit of having kids.
And I've been with trips, I've been with friends, I've been so low, we're doing it again.
Society puts way too much pressure on women to participate in motherhood. And they feel as though like there's only one way to participate in motherhood, which is have kids. And that's false. Motherhood is gonna look different for me, Rima, as a black woman, Chung Lee as someone who is Asian, or Becky who is white. Like, motherhood looks different for any group of women that comes from different ethnic backgrounds. And I just feel as though when people meet child-free women, they try to convince you as to, oh, you'll change your mind, you change your mind. But this video, I'm gonna focus on this topic, but specifically for black women and how we are viewed in our own community as women who are child-free. I believe that society as a whole depends on women having kids. That's how the population is gonna grow, obviously. That's why they push motherhood as have kids. You gotta have kids. Women, you gotta have kids. And they use things like religion to push that on women to be, ooh, baby, I'm not even about to go there. That's not going to be another video for another day. What people need to realize is that there's more than one way to participate in motherhood besides giving birth. You could be the rich aunties. You could be a mentor in your community. I have a younger brother. I am like a second mom to him. It's without a doubt. There are more than one ways you can participate in motherhood. You don't have to have kids. You have to discover that on your own. Like, I believe, because I'm someone who doesn't want to have kids, I believe that literally I'm supposed to be a mother to all, meaning that, yeah, I don't want to have children, but I will still participate in motherhood. I will still be a part of a village. I will still support women that have children. I just don't want none of mine. When people ask me, why don't you want to have kids? Like, are you sure? What has led me to this point was, since I've been young, I was forced into motherhood. I have a sister who's like 2 years younger than me. And I remember waking up in the morning and all of a sudden having to get my sister dressed, change my sister diapers, make my sister breakfast. I remember babysitting my younger sister and my younger cousins when technically someone should have been babysitting me. And I was really young doing that. And now that I'm older, I remember times where my mom would be sitting in her room in the dark, completely just dark, music blasting. It would be sad music, doors closed. And now that I'm older, I knew she was depressed. That had to force me into motherhood. Like, I just had to, I don't know what was my thinking, my mindset as a kid, but it's just, I just did it. Being the oldest daughter in a black household, especially in a black household with a single mom, is no joke. And I remember being in kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, and being given huge responsibilities. My mom put so much weight on me as a child. Other family members would throw their kids on me, even at family functions. Oh, Rima's here. We know Rima's just so responsible. I had no choice but to be responsible. So my mindset as a kid was like way advanced. So when people always tell like young black girls like, oh, you're so mature, it's not because they're just so intelligent. It's not just solely on that. It's because these girls were given so much responsibility at a very young age. At that point, I was done before I even got started. I truly believe my negative perception of black single moms comes from my experience as a childhood. I just see them as like, you're having these kids just being so irresponsible, no marriage, no help, no support from the dad, and you throw all that on the village. And then you also have other younger kids who you throw that responsibility on too. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I have a non-existent relationship with my mom. In fact, she's blocked. She cannot contact me under any circumstance. When you're a kid growing up in a household with a narcissistic parent who till this day I believe she's bipolar, she just hasn't been diagnosed, you grow up with so much trauma. When I graduated high school and I went to college, my mom literally followed me. When I graduated college and moved, she did the same thing. But it wasn't because it was like, oh, my daughter, I just want to be close to my daughter. It was more like, I need help, bills, I need help. I got a new baby, which is my younger brother at the time, so I need help. But it was not based upon love. It was based upon like codependency. When you are a kid, the mother figure in your life, your primary caretaker, they truly shape your view of motherhood. I always looked at motherhood, even as a kid, as a burden, because my mom made me feel like a burden. I didn't feel like motherhood was just filled with so much love, because I don't remember my mom hugging and kissing me. I also view motherhood as like stressful, because my mom did it by herself, working so many jobs to try to take care of myself and my sister, and I just don't feel like it's worth it. And I always remember in my head, the key to freedom was to not have kids. And I realized that very young. At some point, I used to think I wanted to have kids, because there was a moment where I was like, I want to be. When I really thought about it, my biggest fear was I don't want to be a mom like my mom. I remember making therapy my center focus, healing my inner child wounds, making sure that I am a good mom to my kid, and I was gonna be one and done. I just felt like there were so many things I had to do before I had kids, like work on myself, heal my trauma, heal my inner child, get resources, i.e. marry somebody with resources, make sure that I could be a stay-at-home mom where I didn't have to work so many jobs to take care of my kid, where I didn't have to be a single mom. I married someone that had resources to the point where, baby, if it didn't work out, I wasn't gonna have to change and adjust the lifestyle. My kid didn't have to change and adjust the lifestyle, because I was gonna walk away with something. I was thinking 10 steps ahead. If I couldn't give my kid the best life, I didn't want a kid. One thing I learned from therapy was that because my mom had a unhealthy codependent relationship with me, it then turned into me having a very unhealthy relationship with my younger brother. I took on the maternal role as a second mother. So I wanted to kind of protect him from that and show him all the things that I didn't get as a child. I wanted to do that for him, and I believe my mom took advantage of that. My brother and I, extremely close relationship. Even though I'm his older sister, he views me as like a second mom. He told me the other day, he's like, you know, I wish you were my mom. I had to go to therapy to unwind that. Like, I'm not your mom, baby, I'm your sister. My mom would do things like, oh, you know, your brother needs a costume for school, I can't afford it, so if you can't buy it, he just won't have a costume. Or I can't afford to take him on, pay for the field trip, which is like $5. So if you don't pay for it, he just can't go. I can't afford a Christmas tree, so if you don't buy it, he's not gonna have a Christmas. She was doing stuff like that. And that's why I say therapy helped me, because I had to stop taking on that load and feeling like, damn, if she don't follow through, then he's gonna be disappointed. And I know how that feels. For me, motherhood from that standpoint was also so much anxiety, so much like worrying about, is he okay, is he upset, is he crying, who's gonna be there to protect him, because like motherhood comes with so much anxiety, and it's just like, I can't. Being child free is like freedom. I remember being at high school, and I realized, like, I remember like thinking about teen pregnancy, and I was like, that scared the hell out of me. I'm not even about to be having no kids, because if I have a kid, I'm gonna still have to work my high school job, because I worked at McDonald's at the time. And I was like, okay, if I have to work at McDonald's all this time, and then I gotta stay living here with my mom, I gotta stay here living in my, I was like, oh hell no. So I knew that in order for me to be free, I need to don't have kids, do not have kids, and also take your ass to school. Take your ass to school, because your education, your experience will take you far. That was the best decision I made for myself. Mind you, I was making that decision when I was like fucking 14 years old. As young as 14, I knew that was the only way to out is to don't have kids. Please don't have kids. Go to school, get some education, and that should work. As I get older, some of the best things that I value is peace of mind, peace and quiet in my freedom. I have a dog. I mean, he's my son. I'm able to like get up and go. If I say I want to go to Amsterdam tomorrow, I can just go. My homegirl, she doesn't have any kids. If she says, let's go to Ghana next week, I'm down. I don't have to worry about a babysitter. I don't have to do none of that stuff. And one of the, I'm not tied down to no man. People fail to realize when you have kids, you are forever tied down to that man. Even though the relationship is non-existent, he gone, you don't want him no more, he don't want you, whatever it is, you are still, that man will always be there because you both have something in common. You have a shared DNA right in front of you. Let me tell you, when a relationship ends, for me, I can easily forget about you. I can easily delete pictures, but you can't delete a child. That's why it's easy for me to move on, because I don't have no kids. That's one of my biggest fears is, ooh, children alter the dynamics between a man and a woman. They do. And it's a huge gamble. You have a happy relationship and then now you're pregnant, and women complain about the men changing. The men can't handle the postpartum, they can't handle the responsibility, and they switch up. Sometimes they be there the whole pregnancy, and then when a baby comes, they switch up. I don't have the time for that type of gamble. Sometimes having a kid can literally bring out the worst in people. I've seen stories where men have treated their baby moms like horribly, and I'm like, this is the man you damn near died on child, because we all know that black women in childbirth, black women, you know, because I know, but to risk your life for this person you don't even know. As a black woman who chooses to be child free, I have been like low-key like shaded because of my decision. I remember recently this woman who has 13 fucking kids and like 3+ baby daddies, to be, I really believe it's like 5+ baby daddies, 13 kids. None of them all live in the house with her, maybe but 3. And had the nerve to tell me, it was an open discussion, and I mentioned that I just don't want to have any kids, and she said, oh, you say that because you can't have kids, you can't have kids. And that's a very ignorant thing to say. I think people fail to realize that people that don't have kids are responsible. It's not because we can't have kids. I can have children. I don't want to have children because my current lifestyle, I'm not changing that for nobody. And I feel like that was very rude of her to say, but someone has 13 kids and multiple baby daddies obviously doesn't make sound decisions anyway. So I love my dog. Oh no, seriously, I love him. And even though I will argue you down and tell you that's my son, I gave birth to him, that's my baby, don't play with me about my child, deep down inside I know this is still a pet. And I feel like for me, pets come with a certain commitment that kids, it's just too much for me with a kid. For me, a pet is more low maintenance than a kid. A kid is very high maintenance. I'm able to still live the lifestyle I want to live and still have a pet, and that's good enough for me. And I know a lot of people, like Gen Zs for example, are opting on just getting pets instead of having kids. Even if you go look into the stores like Target for example, their marketing, the baby section is still stale. It's not like it used to be. It used to be all kind of baby stuff, new stuff out, baby commercials everywhere. All you see is pets, 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 pets. Pets getting end caps, pets getting a whole big section, bigger than the baby section. That goes to show like now people are opting on pets because they're inexpensive, much easier to manage, and it doesn't come with as much responsibility and commitment as a damn kid. Now, I'm not anti-motherhood, because remember earlier in the video I said that I believe I'm supposed to be the mother of all, maybe the auntie of all. Now look, if you need help, like a village, you need some diapers, you need a few dollars for your baby, you know, I will participate in motherhood for black women as a collective in a community by all means. But I do still feel like I made the best choice for me. It has worked out for me. I am happy. And even though people are like, oh, you're gonna be in your 30s soon, what do? You're gonna get lonely, who you gonna have to take care of you? And as long as you're a woman, especially a black woman, you will always have a community amongst other black women. You'll be fine. And if you decide you want to have children, by all means, do what's best for you. But don't let society make you feel like you just gotta have kids. Have kids unless you really want to. And I remember Shira saying that in her video. Don't have kids unless you want that child badly and you're willing to be a full-time parent, even if that means this man is not gonna be there. Then you make the decision for you. But I'm 29, I'm happy, child free, and I love the lifestyle I live. I've had enough of kids for my lifetime, and I don't dislike kids, I just don't want to be a mother of my own kid. And that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video.